Attorney, gaano kalaking tulong ito sa panig po ng pangalawang Pangulo na nadagdagan po yung kumukwestiyon sa naging hakbang ng Kamara kaugnay sa impeachment laban sa kanya?
Nung panahon na ini-file ni Atty. Torion, kasama ako, at ni na Atty. Vic Rodriguez, Atty. Jimmy Bondok et al., no? Subsequently, nag-file rin si VP Sara directly as a respondent, no, sa impeachment complaint, ay hindi pa na-include yung subpoena issues, no? Binabalita pa lang noon. So, with this development na talagang yung House porsige na mag-utos sa subpoena laban sa mga opisina at personalities, ay mabuti na merong intervenors na including it as an issue to the previous challenge na tinail namin, no, at ni na VP Sara, no. So it depends now on the court if it will allow the intervention, because with or without these intervenors, meron namang valid issues at questions of law and facts na in-include sa aming mga petition at yung kay VP Sara. And that is the main one is the issue of a mini trial or yung pagsusuri ng mga complaints at pagdadagdag ng mga issue sa complaints na yan yung gustong gawin ng House Committee on Justice ng House of Representatives. So, with the intervenors, meron silang in-attach base sa inyong report na kini-question nila yung mga subpoenas. That's an additional issue that could be discussed by the Supreme Court.
Opo. Dito po sa naging desisyon or hakbang ngayon ng Korte Suprema na kinonsolidate yung mga petition po ninyo, no? At saka yung kay Vice President Sara Duterte, wala pong inilabas na TRO. Ang interpretasyon nung sa kabila, kumbaga parang ano na, may paunang pagkapanalo sila dito dahil hindi naglabas po ng TRO. Ano po yung mga proseso po pag mga ganyan, sir? Ibig sabihin ba, malabo na magka-TRO or maaring parte lang yan ng proseso po kasi pinagpapaliwanag din sila kaugnay sa mga petisyon?
Well, Agmar, no, I beg to disagree sa pinapalabas na propaganda ng House, no, yung certain personality ng House na sinasabi nila na dahil hindi nakakuha ng TRO, mananalo na sila o matatalo na yung petitioners. One thing for certain is that pinakasagot sila. So, ibig sabihin, hindi immediately dinismiss yung petition na final ni Atty. Torion et al. At ni VP Sara. Bagkos, gusto malaman ng Korte Suprema ano yung sagot ng House of Representatives, especially yung House Committee on Justice. Now, you must remember na yung naunang petition na final rin ni Atty. Torion at ni VP Sara separately laban sa unang impeachment complaint na final, no, na final against the Vice President, wala ring TRO at injunction. In fact, they continued with the proceeding at dumating pa nga sa Senado, no, na pinahod lang ng Senado. So, ultimately, even without the TRO and injunction, ultimately, the Supreme Court decided against the House of Representatives. At sinabing ipatigil, no, yung proceeding kasi it went against the Constitution and they have to wait for another year, no. So history on this particular issue of impeachment of VP Sara tells us that even without a TRO or an injunction, which is part of the prayer of the petition, the Supreme Court could entertain the issues presently submitted, and the Supreme Court pwede magdesisyon either way. Either i-affirm yung challenge ng petition, or it is also possible na sasabihin nila na i-deny ang petition. So yung pinakatamang sagot sa circumstances is that we have to wait for the Supreme Court to study both the petition and the explanation of the House of Representatives in response to the petition filed by Attorney Torion et al. And VP Sara para magbigay ng kanyang desisyon. Kasi panibago, round 2 ito nung laban sa ginagawang proseso ng House of Representatives laban kay VP Sara.
Opo. Dito po sa nagiging nila, kumbaga parang rason na sinusunod lang nila yung rules nila, no? Impeachment rules of procedure po nila dyan sa Kamara. Saan po magbabase po ito, sir? Alam natin may kapangyarihan sila, pero still, dapat pa rin na nakasandal ito sa ating existing na mga batas at konstitusyon. Tama po ba?
Ang pinakamataas na batas ay ang konstitusyon. So, although may rule-making power ang House, kasi nakabase rin sila sa konstitusyon, yung kanilang kapangyarihan, na nagsasabi the House has the exclusive power to initiate impeachment. Under ito sa Article 11, Section 3, dapat yung kanilang ginawang House rules and subsequent actions must all comply with the Constitution. So, yung nakikita natin ng mga arguments in social media na nagsasabi na in order ng Supreme Court na bigyan ng due process yung respondent o si VP Sara, yan yung hiningi raw ni VP Sara. Bakit ngayon gusto na nilang bigyan ng due process at pinapasagot at magkakaroon sila ng mini trial, bakit raw kinokontra na naman ni VP Sara at ng mga abogado na katulad ni Attorney Torion, Attorney Hinlo, Attorney Vic Rodriguez, Attorney Ginny Bondok, no? So, yung sagot dyan is this. Yung tinatawag nating due process na question dati na hindi na nasabi ng Korte Suprema, hindi nang nabigyan ng pagkakataon si VP Sara ng due process, dahil nagdesisyon based on a 1/3 vote kaagad ang House of Representatives, nagbotohan sila kaagad. At may challenge pa nga doon na basa ba yan? May ng records. Nabigyan nyo ba ng kopya si VP Sara bago nyo to inakyat sa Senado? Binigyan nyo ba ng pagkakataon na sagutin ni VP Sara yung inakyat nyo na impeachment complaint sa Senado? Challenge at sa Korte Suprema, bago nyo iakyat sa Senado, bigyan nyo ng due process. So what does it mean na bigyan ng due process? Bigyan ng pagkakataon na sagutin ni VP Sara, ma-inform siya ano yung complaint sa kanya. Now, isa yan sa ground na bakit nanalo si VP Sara. No? Sa ngayon, binigyan ng pagkakataon si VP Sara na sagutin. No? Yung House, kasi merong impeachment complaint initiated by private individuals. For example, this was elevated to the Committee on Justice of the House of Representatives. At yung Committee on Justice, pinasagot si VP Sara. Sinagot niya naman. Ito yung sagot ko. Dapat it ends there. Due process has been accomplished kasi sinagot ni VP Sara. And VP Sara also has the option to make a general answer and not to proceed with particular answers because karapatan ng isang respondent na i-waive ang kanyang diretsyo na harapin yung inaakusa sa kanya at this stage, na preliminary stage, prior to a trial. So, i-determine lang ng House of Representatives kung substantial in form and substance yung complaint at kung nabigyan ng pagkakataon si VP Sara na sumagot at sa tingin nila substantial may compliance sa requirement of substance. Trabaho ng House of Representatives is to endorse it to the Senate for trial. Kung sa tingin nila, merong compliance on the issue of substance, yung complaint. Walang karapatan ang House to conduct a mini trial because even if it is called mini, na sasabihin nila magsasabtina sila, magtatanong sila, at hindi maka-cross-examine yung respondent, at gusto nila baka makahanap sila ng bagong mga ebidensya, the Constitution provides that the Senate has the sole power to try and decide the case. So, nakalagay, to try and decide the case. So, even if you call it a mini trial or iiba mong pangalan, pero actually, gumagawa ka na ng trial, you are now violating the Philippine Constitution. Yung requirement of due process was already complied when pinasagot mo si VP Sara at depende na yan kay VP Sara kung sasagutin niya o hindi. Now, it is our position sa kami na petitioner na nag-challenge sa ginagawa ng House na you cannot go outside or beyond the complaints filed by the private individuals. Now, kung gusto nyo na mag-file o mag-imbestiga ng panibagong complaint, mag-antay kayo ng isa pang taon ulit. Kasi nauna na i-file yung complaint at nag-declare na kayo nga may compliance sa substance and form. So, hindi nyo masabi na, oops, kulang ito, gusto namin dagdagan. You have to wait for another year before you can do that because you can only file one impeachment complaint per year. At nakapasok na itong mga na-file. No? So, I think it's number 3 and 4 complaint for the second batch. So, yung idea naman ng mga sabtina na yan, only a court can challenge the Data Privacy Act. Only a court can challenge the Bank Secrecy Law. Only a court can challenge the Foreign Currency Deposit Act. Without a court issuing a subpoena, walang karapatan ang piskalya na siyang ginaganap na function ng House. Only the Senate can do that. Because it's the Senate, according to the Constitution, is the sole power na makatry and decide the case. So, the actions of the House, especially the House Committee on Justice, issuing subpoenas, to my mind, and to the mind also of Attorney Torion, unconstitutional yan.
Opo.
Dahil it's a function outside the authority given by the Constitution to the House.